teammate need my object. Now, tell me, object is a physical existence or virtual existence? Virtual existence. It is in JVM. Okay, then tell me, can you get object in pen drive? Ah, okay, from JVM I will copy paste object and take this object. No, because it's not a physical memory, it's a virtual memory. Okay, so now the point is transfer a object along a network. Teammate means that is my network. Okay. So who is in my network? I will transfer my object to them. This is serialization. So serialization means what? Transfer a object along a network. Serialization. What will be opposite? If I will serialize, you guys need to deserialize. Means from a network, fetch the object. From a network, fetch the object. That is nothing but what? Deserialization. Is my point clear? Okay. See, there are many ways to define serialization and deserialization, but concept is same. Okay. So now, guys, here transfer. Why is it not typing? Transfer a object along a network is called as what? Serialization. Then fetch a object from a network is called as deserialization. Is everyone clear on this? This is first definition. Now see second. See, my requirement is I want to transfer my object to you. Okay. Now, as I told you, can you get object in a pen drive? No, not possible. But if I store that object in a physical file, file exists in a system. Yes. I will store that object in a physical file. Then can I transfer that file to anyone? Yes. That means storing a object into a physical file. Are you getting the point? Storing a state of object into a physical file is called as serialization. Then fetch a object from a physical file into the Java system is called as what? Deserialization. Is my point clear? Confirm? So another way is transfer a object from Java system to physical file is called as serialization. Then then getting a object from physical file into Java system is called as what? Deserialization. Okay. See, first definition, second definition, different, but concept is same. Are you clear? Okay. Now, let's assume, let's take one more example. Mm, okay, see, let's make one story. Guys, assume almost we have a bike in our side, okay? Usually, bike will need some maintenance. We will give that to the garage, okay? Let's assume our bike is having our vehicle is having, okay, full breakdown. Okay, full breakdown our bike is having. We give that bike to garage. Now garage guy said, hey boss, this engine need to be transferred. So there is some problem in engine. Okay. So that engine need to get transferred in, let's say, workshop or actual company or something. Okay. From there only it will manufacture, it will come, and then only I can give it. Are you clear with the situation? Now you tell me. Now these people need to transfer engine to the workshop. So tell me, can they transfer that engine as it is in a assembled condition? Huh? Why? Why? Correct. Your answer is right, Ray. I am asking reason. Whenever I will ask a why, don't feel your answer is wrong. Huh. Can you transfer that engine directly, assembled engine, everything to the workshop? No, it is heavy, it is difficult to carry, okay, it is very risky to transport that. Okay. That means that engine is in assembled form, it is useful state or useless state? Huh? Assembled. Engine is in assembled form, useful or useless? Engine is in assembled form, useful or useless? Useful. But engine is in assembled form, transferable, untransferable? Untransferable. So useful form, but it is untransferable. Okay. Now, after that, let's say I know I need to transfer. So I will disassemble every engine part. I will disassemble. I will make it separate. Then it is easy to transport. Yes, because small parts are no. Now it is transferable, untransferable, useful or useless. So that means everything is assembled, useful but cannot transfer. Disassemble, useless but I can transfer. Same thing here. Object is in JVM, useful or useless? Useful. Object exists in JVM, useful but not transferable. Object is in physical file, transferable. I can transfer the file, but I cannot use it until and unless it's not in JVM. Are you clear? So ultimately, can I say, can I say, convert a useful state of object into transferable state, serialization, and converting transferable state of object into useful state, it is deserialization. Are you clear? So another thing is converting useful state of object in what? Transferable state is called as serialization, and after this converting transferable state of object in useful state is called as deserialization. Are you clear with all three definitions? So if someone asks you what is serialization and deserialization, you can say transfer a object along a network, or else storing the object in a physical file, or else converting useful state into transferable state. It is serialization. Opposite, deserialization. Not down. Done with the copy, everyone. So, guys, now say, let's see this serialization and deserialization practically. Okay. So, for that, first we will make some initial setup. Let's assume which object is we are having student class, but so much drama is happen already there. Okay, no problem. So let's say we will make employee class. Okay, now pay attention. So every employee having name, having in EMP ID, and let's say having I'm having what? Salary. Obviously, no? Without salary, employee will not be there. Okay. So they are having name, employee ID, salary. Now, let's say I will make a constructor employee. Okay. And here I will give first string name in EMP ID and then long salary. Okay. Now here we will give this dot name equals to name, this dot employee ID equals to employee ID, this dot salary equals to salary. Are you clear up to this? Confirm simple concept. Now obviously if I want to print, I need to override toString method. So override toString, I will say return, let's say name is name. After this, let's say backslash n. So in a new line, I will get, and after that, EMPID. So after this, we will give EMPID. Again, backslash n, new line character, and after this, salary. Here I will take salary. Okay. So our overriding is done. Now see, let's assume I'll create a class test SCR. I hope you can understand. Test serialization, define main method. Now here we will create objects of employee EOBJ equals to new of employee. It is asking what? Name, ID, salary. So let's say name is Suraj, employee ID 25, salary is 50,000. Okay, something like this. Is my point clear? Now after this, if I want to print this EOBJ, is it working? Name Suraj, ID 25, salary 50,000. Guys, now I want to do serialization. So serialization means object going outside or object coming inside. Huh? Okay. Think this always from Java system. From Java system, object going inside or object is coming inside Java? Outside. Correct, na? I am doing serialization means from Java, I am sending object outside. So we have to use output streams. Output streams. Mostly get confused. Where output stream and where input stream? Very simple. Anything you are sending out of Java, output. Anything from outside coming into the Java, input. Are you clear? So guys, now we have to create object of output stream. Okay, file output stream. FOS. Are you able to see java.io file output stream? So new of file output stream. Here we have to give file. Boss, can you tell me which file you want to store this object? Correct. Which file you want to store this object? So let's say I will give employee.ser. Every file must have a extension. Okay. Every file must have a extension. Text file txt, word file docx, excel sheet xlsx. Similarly, serializable file having extension as .ser. Always remember. Okay. It is giving you throws. Add throws declaration. Okay. Now, guys, now this you connect. Say, boss, I want to save something, and I'm not aware which thing. Something in which file? Employee.ser. Okay. But what I want to save? What I want to save? Employee object. In short, object. So that's the reason we have to create object of object output stream. Okay. So object output stream. Are you getting? Okay. So OOS equals to new of object output stream. Now, boss, I want to transfer object, but in which file? In which file? Employee.ser. Who is pointing to employee.ser? FOS is the reference. Who is pointing? Pass it. That's it. Okay, again, add throws declaration. So, guys, what is the meaning of these two lines? First, I need to store. Then I make sure what I need to store. So first, boss, I want to store in employee.ser file. Then which file it need to save? Where FOS is pointed. Now, guys, once this part is done, your serialization is now, boss. In a object output stream, you have a method write object. I hope you understand the meaning of that method. The name only. What that method will do? Write the object in a file. Okay, which is focusing here. Which object you want to write? EOBJ. So please give EOBJ here. Matter. Okay. Now after this, you have to call two methods. These are compulsory. One is flush and another is close. Okay. Why you are using flush and close? So pay attention. This is JVM. JVM. Now this is employee.ser file. Now can I say because of file output stream and object output stream, JVM is connected with what? Uh, employee.ser to perform transaction. Are you clear? Okay. So it is connected here. Now if it is connected, Okay, if it is connected here, now in a JVM we will have what? Object. So this is our employee object. Okay. Now this object I want to transfer. Everything fine, but it is connected. We said right object, but at last, flush means was at a one shot. If you didn't use flush, it will be remain in this pipeline only. Okay, consider this is one connection pipeline, correct? JVM connect with this pipeline. So now here, if you didn't use flush, that object is in this pipe zone only. But I hope you understand flush means at a one shot pass away. So make sure everything going inside what is here. Once flush is happen, object goes in file. As soon as object goes in file, now you need this connection? No. So close it. Are you clear up to this? Confirm? Any confusion? Guys, serialization is done. Now, shall we run? Okay, so we will make one message just for our confirmation pass. So if it give pass, that means our employee object stored in employee.acr file. Okay. Now, guys, just like cloning is a costly effort. Okay. So is that power give to every class? No. We have to make it clonable. Same thing here. Serialization is also a costly effort. Okay, get a object stored in physical file. That's the reason every class will not have that power. If you want to perform serialization, your class must be serializable. Just like we have clonable. Clonable, then only cloning possible. Serializable, then only serialization possible. Otherwise, you will get non-serializable exception. Are you getting? See, not a serializable exception, boss. I can't serialize this because you are not able to do that. You don't have that authority. Are you clear? Confirm. So, guys, now here what we will make was employee implements what? Serializable. That's it. Again, serializable is marker interface. Okay, by implementing this, we are getting special ability of serialization. Okay, so now guys, if you done this, so first let's make a note here. It's a what? Marker interface present in Java, which provides serialization ability to its child classes. Okay. If we try to perform serialization without implementing serializable interface, then we will get which exception? Not serializable exception. Is my point clear? Confirm. So now, can I say we make this criteria fulfill now? Okay, now employee is serializable. So if employee is serializable, now say, are you getting? Pass. Now, how many people want to see how object looks? because now we have stored object in a physical file. Now question is, where is this file? In a system, where is this file? Tell me, is I give any path? It was E drive, C drive, F drive, or any drive? No. If you didn't specify any path, it always prefer current working directory, current working project. See, are you getting any file here? No. Refresh. Are you getting a file here? Yes. Employee.acr. Guys, this is how object looks. ऑब्जेक्ट बाइट कोड में ऐसे ही होगा ना बाबू. अब तुमको हिंदी में तो नहीं मिलेगा. हाँ हाँ. So this is how object looks. So which object it is? Employee. Okay. Having employee ID, salary, name, all these things. Okay. Are you clear? This is huh? Huh. So if you want to understand that, join a classes of Bytecode. Then you can get it. Are you clear on serialization? Yes. Confirm? Yes. So storing object in a physical file. Now, shall we see deserialization? Yes. How to fetch the object from physical file. So guys, now say test deserialization main method. Now, guys, again same question. Now we have to go for file output stream or file input stream. File input stream. So file input stream FIS equals to new of file input stream. Which file? Employee.acr. Okay. Now add throws declaration. Now after this, what we want to fetch? Object output or object input? Object input. So object input stream OIS equals to new of object input stream from which file? FIS. Again add throws declaration. Now we want to write the object or we want to read the object? Read the object. So OIS dot read what? Object. Okay. Again add throws declaration, and now it will returns you object. Is my point clear? Now guys, you want object form or you want employee form? Huh? What you need to do? Overriding. Object overriding is possible. Huh? Two string. Shravan, you are only right. Downcasting. We are on object class. We want it on employee. What we need to do? Downcasting, na? So here employee EOBJ equals to employee OBJ. So downcasting is done, and now I will print EOBJ. See, is it fetching? Whatever the data you stored in a file, same data you are again getting, same object again you are getting. So that is serialization. This is deserialization. Any doubt in this? Confirm. I guess you have enough thing to write now. Not done. Okay. Now, guys, this is all about serialization. Now, one more last interesting fact is here. Okay. I just want to show you. So, pay attention. You will understand the concept here. So, guys, now here, employee object I am transferring. Okay. So, I am saving this object in a physical file. After saving, I can give this file to any person and that fellow can have this object. But now my concern is, boss, in that object, name, ID, salary, everything is going, but I want salary is confidential information. I don't want to transfer that. Are you getting the point? So, when I am serializing the object, I want salary should not go. Are you getting? That means, can I say something I want to restrict in a serialization? I want that particular member should not be serialized. Okay. So for that, we have to use a keyword called as transient. What is the keyword? Transient keyword. Okay. So usually most of the people not aware about this keyword, they will think if you make any member or something as transient, it will not do any effect. Obviously, in a execution anywhere, no effect. It will show effect when you are doing serialization. Are you clear on? So transient meaning is not to be serialized. Not to be serialized. So now we will take subheading as transient. So it means not to be not to be serialized. Okay. Data we want to restrict from serialization. Then that data we will declare as what? Transient. Is everyone clear on this? We will declare as transient. Now, one more thing. Transient keyword you can apply only on variables, not on methods, not on any other member. Okay. So only variables are eligible to declare as transient. Is my point clear? And now see the effect. I made salary as transient. See. Again I will do serialization. See, I am printing original object, so I am getting salary. No effect. Serialization is pass. Now let me do deserialization. Are you see the effect? Your salary is not going. Default value you will get. Is my point clearer? Okay. So here we can add one more point. Transient member will get default values after what? Deserialization. Any confusion up to this? What? Any confusion up to this? No. Note down. Online paper done with the copy. Okay. So guys, this is total end of serialization. Now, how many marker interface you are aware now? Which is the third one? Huh? So, clonable and serializable. Okay. Now, guys, are you getting clarity why every collection we wrote supports cloning and serialization? That means any collection, let's say hash map, tree set, anything, you can make clone copy of tree set. You can transfer that tree set into physical file and you can give to anyone. Is my point clear? So, guys, now last topic, dead end, is pending. What is that? File handling. Text subheading, file handling. सेम ही प्रोग्राम है, लॉन्ग सैलरी को ट्रांजेक्ट कर दिया सो इनम की कोई जरूरत नहीं। Knowledge is not bad, but timing is important. अभी वह let if you have so much interest, curiosity, then we will see. huh. Now, guys, pay attention here, everyone. File handling. That word only make you understand. Through Java program, we will automate files. We will handle files. So here we will say automating or handling a files, a physical files through Java program is considered as what? File handling. Now, guys, entire file handling supporting classes are present in which package? Java.io package. That's the reason if you remember file input string java.io, object output string java.io. Those all the classes coming from java.io. Okay, entire file handling supporting available in java.io. That IO means input output. Now, for our concern in a file handling, we have to focus on some classes. Those are okay, some IMP classes in what? File handling. That number one is file class. Number two, file writer class. Number three, buffered writer class. After this, print writer class. 5, file reader class. And 6, buffered reader class. Don't feel print reader will be there. Only this much. Okay. So here we have a very great focus on Which class? Buffered reader, print writer, and file. Are you clear on this? Okay. Because whenever we are discussing about file, there are three important scenarios will comes into access. Almost 200% sure you will never cross beyond these three scenarios. Number one, either you can create file, you can delete file, you can check file, you can get a path of file, means basic operations. All basic operations covered by file class. Then once file is there, you have to write a data in a file. So writers, which writer? There are three writer: file writer, buffer writer, print writer. We have to prefer what? Print writer. Then once your checking is done, writing is done, then what? Read the data from file. So how many readers are there? File reader, buffer reader. Which one we have to use? Buffer reader. Is my point clear? So file class, printer writer class, and after that buffer reader class. This is our prime target. This is finished. File handling finished. Java. Clear? So note down this and take the very file. So guys, Now let's have first subheading as file class. Okay. So here we can say this class is used to perform basic file handling operations like create, delete, path, etc. Okay. Rest anyhow we will see practically. Is my point clear? So now, guys, the next thing we have to see practically. So first copy this. Note down this, everyone. Done. So guys, now pay attention on screen. Let me create a new class demo file. Okay. I am creating what? Main method. So here, case by case, step by step, we have to go. Okay. So let's assume I create a file f equals to new of file. Here I will pass something. So first what you need to do? Import file from java.io package. Now let's say I want to create a file. Every file must have name, must have extension. So let's say name is ABC, extension is TXT, text file. Okay. Okay. Now guys, I am doing this. So is I give any folder path? No. Then where it is pointing? Huh? In current working directory, in current workspace. Is my point clear? So guys, I will print. I will print what? Pass. Shall we run this? Huh? It is saying what? Pass. Now it is saying pass, but what is happening in this line? Is it creating new file abc.txt? See, see, see. Why to worry? Refresh. Is it creating any new file? Guys, in this line, nothing is happening. Only, okay, Java will understand, hey boss, there will be one file called as what? ABC dot txt, and to this file, one Java object F is pointing. Are you clear? This is the meaning, let's say. So here answer is here we will get Java reference to physical abc.txt file. Is my point clear? Okay. Note point is, okay, new file will create, will not create, will not be created. Note on this. Online paper, done with the copy. Okay. So guys, now I will remove this. Pay attention on screen. Otherwise, definitely you will not get it correctly. So let me just delete this drawing. Okay. Now, so tell me, in this line, is there any new file created? So that means, is abc.txt exist? Yes, no? No. So let's cross check. Was f we pointed to that file. Can you please check this file is exist or not? So what is the method there? F dot exist. So it will return now what? False. Means file is not exist. Are you clear? So what is the use of exist method? And check file is present or not. Okay. Now, guys, now let's say what I know this file is not there. Now I want to create this file. Newly, I want to create this file. Okay. So now I will say F, can you please create a new file? What is the method? Create new file method. Can you please create a new file, add throws declaration? Okay. So now tell me, here file is created. So after this, if I check, what will be the output? Pass. What will be the output? True, because now file is exists. See, false, true. Are you clear? Now, where this file is created? In current working directory. So, refresh. Are you having abc.txt? And now it is the empty file. Nothing is there. We will see. Okay. Are you clear up to this? Confirm. So, what is the use of create new file get a required location? In what? Required location or mention location, whatever you mention here. You need to exist and create new file. Okay, fine. Note down this. Online people, done with the copy. So now guys, here let's assume I want to create a file in a specific location. Assume I want to create a file in a specific location. So let's say I'll open system. How many drives we are having? C and D. So let's say in a D drive, I have a folder as file practice. I'll delete this everything. Okay, everything gone. Now in this folder, I want file to be created. So copy the path, give here /abc.txt. Are you clear? Now tell me, will it create a file in current working directory? No. Where? In a D drive file practice folder. So first output is false because file is not exist, and then file output next output is true because file is created. So guys, save this. Now say for our concern, I will show you here. That is only, and this one also, so that now we can understand. See here which path we are giving. D file practice. See here, I'll run the program. Can you see? Okay, it is create a file in this location. You can see the time. 2nd of October, 10:16 a.m. Any confusion? Pakka? Okay. Note down this. Hmm? Then give that file name and check it exists directly. So guys, now listen here. Observe on the screen carefully. So let me remove this, remove this. Now I want to create this abc.txt file and it's created here in a file practice folder. Now I will say file practice. I will give, let's say, some sample and then abc.txt. So what is the meaning of this path now? In a D drive, file practice folder. In this we have sample folder. In a sample folder, create what? abc.txt. So obviously first it will exist. Output is false. But now when it try to create new file, with that, will it create new folder also? So first create a sample folder. Then in sample folder create a what? abc.txt file. Are you getting the example? Shall we run? Confirm. What is happening? IO exception. Boss system cannot find the path you specified. That method is create new file. So don't be like you will give a path like this, it will create a folder and then create. That path must be exist. Are you getting my point? Confirm now. So first for that, what you guys need to do? First you have to create a sample folder and then you have to create a what? New file. So how to write this code? Observe how to create new folder. So I will not give this file. I will give only up to this. I am not giving any extension. If I give extension, it consider as file. Don't give extension, consider as directory. Directory means folder. Now we will say boss f, can you make this directory? What is the method? Mkdir, make a directory. Can you please make this directory? So obviously, if I check here, is this directory exist? No. The output is false. But after this, is directory exist? Huh? Yes. So here output is true. Now, after this, it will create a directory. Not only directory. So now I will say boss file. Guys, now here pay attention carefully. You no need to specify full path. Tell me, F is pointed towards to whom? A file practice sample folder. Am I right? So here I will say file F1 equals to new file where you have to create new file. F. First you reach out to F. F pointed to sample folder. Then in a F create abc.txt. Are you clear? I guess this one is in double. Any confusion up to this? Are you understanding? Okay, now new file of abc.txt and new file of f comma abc.txt. What it means here? First pointed to f. F is pointed to sample. So in a sample, create what? abc.txt. Now again, I have to check is this file exist or not. So first output is false and after this here we will give create new file method. Is my point clear? And now output is true. So see here I'll show you later. Are you getting false, true, pass? Okay. So wait. F1 we have to use. F1, F1. That is only the problem. F1. Reference we have to change. Now run. So false. Because in previous transaction only sample folder is generated. That's the reason output is true. Okay. So you observe here, are you getting sample folder? In a sample folder, abc.txt. Are you clear? See, if I delete this sample folder, now we will get correct output. False, true, and then false. Again, you can see sample folder generate, ABC file generate. Any confusion? So, guys, now pay attention here carefully. Okay. After this, REST file handling topic we will cover at different time. From Monday, we are not having morning 8:30 Java session. You guys can consider our Java finish here only. I know this last part is left out. That we will cover mostly on Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever we will get a time. Okay. Mostly in the evening or mostly in next Saturday, 1 2 hour session we will take and we will finish. Is my point clear? So from Monday, we will meet at what time? 11:30 for automation. Is it clear? Confirm? Online people, any doubt?
What time sir, is class length?
Only 2 minutes.
After that, this is free. Class is free.
No, I have online. We can.
Why?
What happens?
No space to take class.
You have a class, online or offline?
Online.
Wait. Clear on this? Everyone? So, see you on Monday for automation and 11:30. So, you have to carry new book. Otherwise, there only, na? Uma, no. Okay. There. Huh? Huh. Hmm. Good. So, clear on this? Fine, guys. See you on Monday. For Java, I will update. Do one thing, take the pic. Take the pic. Fine, guys. See you on Monday.